The new moon in Gemini on May 26th to 27th, 2025 isn't here to offer escape, it's here to deliver truth. And not the kind that arrives softly. This is truth that confronts, that strips away illusions. It asks for your full presence. It calls you into radical honesty. It demands you stop running and face the mirror of your dual nature. This isn't a pause, it's a pivot. A recalibration that won't wait for your convenience. If you've been drifting, soul detached, body on autopilot, mind stuck in loops, this lunation will illuminate the disconnect. Quickly, sharply. Gemini brings a collision of opposites, the human and the sacred, the self you perform and the self you are. This is the moment of choice. No more hiding behind spiritual language, no more dodging the truth. No more feeding your schedule while starving your spirit. This is your line in the sand. Is my body aligned with my spirit? Is my mind truly in harmony with my soul? Or have I been faking the balance just to keep the illusion intact? This new moon doesn't ask you to float. It demands that you face the raw fracture points within your soul. It challenges you to confront the inner dissonance that's been quietly eroding your sense of purpose. This is not a gentle request. It's a cosmic ultimatum. Unify or remain fragmented, whole or hollow, embodied or lost in illusion. In this portal of silence lies a brutal truth. There is no more time to ignore the split between who you are and who you pretend to be. Align now or spiral deeper into disconnect. Gemini, symbolized by the twins, is not a cute metaphor. It's a mirror. One twin is mortal, bound by the rules of time, decay, responsibility, and fear. The other is immortal, anchored in spirit, unbothered by the 3D matrix. And here's the catch. Both live within you. And they are either working together to elevate your life or tearing you apart from the inside. When these twins are in disharmony, you feel it, as anxiety, confusion, burnout, and spiritual detachment. You scroll endlessly, you chase illusions, you numb your intuition with distraction. But when they unify, when your human self listens to your divine intelligence and your spirit honors the limitations of the body, you become unshakable. You move from chaos to coherence, from exhaustion to embodiment. This new moon is not asking for balance, it's forcing it. It's demanding that you stop abandoning one twin in service of the other. Because when they stop fighting and finally join forces, you don't just feel better, you become unstoppable. This new moon is not asking for perfection. It's tearing down the illusion that perfection was ever the goal. It's demanding raw, unfiltered truth, not the curated truth you tell others, the one you whisper when no one's listening. It's calling for radical self-inventory, not next week, not after you feel more ready. Now, you are being asked to face the exact places where you're hiding behind logic to avoid your intuition, where you're using spirituality to bypass reality, where you've cloaked fear as faith. That's the Gemini trap, thinking your mind can outwit your soul. It never can. This lunation is not a soft invitation. It's a sacred disruption. It's a direct call to reset the war between your inner voices. You may feel anxious. You may feel scattered. That's the twin energy pulling you apart so you can finally learn how to bring yourself back together on purpose. This is your chance to stop living split, to choose wholeness with precision, to recalibrate your relationship with duality, not by erasing contrast but by owning it. Mastery doesn't come from balancing equally. It comes from knowing when to lead with the mind and when to surrender to the soul. And this new moon is forcing you to learn that skill if you want to move forward in alignment. This isn't a breath. It's a complete reprogramming. The question is, will you show up for it? There's another player in this cosmic symphony, Sedna, a mysterious dwarf planet orbiting far beyond Pluto. Sedna is not just an astronomical anomaly. She's a mythological force with razor-sharp lessons. As she moves in tight alignment with this Gemini new moon, her message is clear, unwavering, and not to be ignored. Time is a sacred revealer, and denial has an expiration date. Sedna's myth isn't romantic or soft, it's brutal. She was betrayed by both her father and husband, cast into icy waters to die, only to transform into a powerful ocean goddess. Her rebirth came not through comfort, but through confrontation with absolute pain. She didn't choose healing. Healing chose her, through devastation. This is the raw edge Sedna brings. Her orbit is the longest of any known planetary body in our system, taking over 11,000 years to complete one revolution, which means her energy is glacial, karmic, and undeniably profound. In this new moon portal, Sedna surfaces to confront the illusions we've clung to for far too long. She reminds us that truth doesn't always come wrapped in beauty. Sometimes it comes drenched in grief, echoing in silence, rising through trauma. But when it comes, it sets you free. This is the power Sedna brings, not immediate clarity, but a timed detonation of what is false, shallow, or incomplete. If you've been ignoring the whispers of your soul, postponing your healing, or refusing to confront the deeper layers of your wounds, Sedna, under this new moon, will make sure you feel it, not to punish, but to liberate. Her presence says, what you don't face now will collapse under you later. She demands reverence for timing, for the long path, for the shadow work that cannot be rushed. This is not a fleeting influence, this is a karmic recalibration, and with Sedna rising, nothing false will remain standing. Time is no longer your excuse, it's your mirror. Under this new moon, Sedna invites you to pause. Not everything will make sense yet, not everything needs to. Allow the silence to speak. Trust that unseen forces are at work. Sedna teaches us that clarity is not something we force. It's something we grow into. If you've been trying to rush your healing or pressure answers into appearing, let this be your call to surrender. Your life is not behind schedule. You are not failing. You are simply in the middle of becoming. Mercury, Gemini's ruling planet, is electrified under this lunation. This is not just a moment for expression. It's a mental portal ripped wide open. If you felt tongue-tied, mentally scattered, or emotionally shut down in recent weeks, this new moon slams open the gates of clarity. You're being gifted a rare cosmic microphone. The question is, will you use it to tell the truth, or continue rehearsing the old lies? Mercury in Gemini is relentless when it comes to communication. It doesn't want fluff. It wants authenticity. It doesn't care about how it sounds. It cares if it's real. Under this moon, expect sudden breakthroughs in understanding, unspoken feelings bubbling up, and ideas you've been circling finally crystallizing into direction. This is the mental purge your soul has been craving. But it's not just about talking to others. Mercury demands an internal reckoning. What have you been refusing to admit to yourself? What conversations have you locked in the shadows of your psyche? What stories are you telling on repeat that no longer match your frequency? This is the time to declutter your mind the same way you would cleanse a sacred temple. Journal like it's your lifeline. Meditate with the intention to receive. Speak your truth into existence, even if your voice trembles, because if you don't speak it now, Mercury will make sure it echoes louder in discomfort later. This is not just a mental moment. It's a recalibration of your inner dialogue. Use it or lose clarity fast. You've come far, farther than most people even realize. You've faced dark nights of the soul, burned through illusions, and emerged from fires that would have broken a past version of you. But here's the truth. Just because you've survived doesn't mean you're finished. And just because something has ended doesn't mean you're ready to leap into what's next. This new moon in Gemini isn't a call to sprint. It's a divine pause coded with purpose. This is the threshold between timelines. And if you rush through it, you risk dragging the weight of the old reality into your new one. This is where true mastery begins, in the space between what was and what will be. The in-between isn't emptiness, it's activation. It's the space where your nervous system recalibrates to a new vibration. It's where the old grief you never gave voice to starts to surface. Where the silence becomes a language, and your body becomes the tuning fork for a future still forming. Mercury, ruler of Gemini, is offering you a rare window to organize your thoughts like sacred architecture. Sedna, the karmic force whispering through the cosmos, is telling you, don't rush clarity. Let the timing unfold. Let the integration root deep. This isn't rest, it's preparation. It's where you fortify your boundaries, sharpen your discernment, and reuse your direction with full-body yeses. So breathe. Anchor in. Trust that the space you're in is not a delay, it's a sacred corridor of becoming. Be still, but not passive. Reflect, but with fierce self-honesty. Hold yourself like something sacred is being born, because it is. Practical magic for the Gemini new moon. Journaling for clarity. Use Mercury's power to empty your mind and make room for divine inspiration. Create sacred space. Allow Sedna's energy to move through you by cleansing your environment and inviting stillness. Speak your truth, even if your voice trembles, even if it's only to yourself. Balance body and spirit. Check in with both your physical and spiritual well-being. Both need nurturing now. Trust time. Let go of the need for answers. Patience is a portal. This new moon is a soft doorway into a stronger version of you. Walk. Move through this message slowly. Let it settle in your soul. Listen closely. Your inner twins are whispering. And remember, balance isn't about being equal. It's about being in alignment, in harmony, in truth. If these words stir something within, you're invited to explore our 5th Dimensional and New Earth ebooks, crafted to guide and support your evolution through these sacred shifts. Your presence matters. Every comment, share, and like sends ripples of light to others walking this same path. Together, we are the torchbearers, lighting the way home. Until we meet again, stay rooted, stay awake, in love and luminosity, DNA awakening, and the keepers of the flame.